UYFA CEO and the UYFA President coming down to you to continue to encourage us to work together. While talking to the UYFA President and the CEO this morning, he guided us and encouraged us that some of us have become so selfish to the extent that we don't release players to the next level, even in the category where we are not managing them, where we are not adding any other brick to them. And what is their call and encouragement to us is to make sure whenever we reach a stage that we can't add anything on a player, release a player to the next level, so that they are developed for them to come back in the future and benefit in this country. Rather than us being selfish, that this is my player, and then you walk around with them in this is me and I can't release them. For some of you that have released them, you're going to celebrate in the future. So their appeal to us as Uganda youth is for us to cooperate, work together, build principles, and come up with policies that can help us get compensated as Uganda youth. But we let the children go to another level where a brick can be added onto their lives. To move out of Kampala. This is the first AGM, and it has moved specifically, and it is in Mbale. Can you congratulate them, the breeders, Mr. Gaj, and the Eastern Region chairperson, for making sure this has happened. We might have loopholes here and there, but we are here. And most importantly, we are live and sound, and we can hear from each other. So if I take so much of my time, it's very unfortunate that these members are not here, and we gave them the time for invitation. And I don't know how faggot our members are, but they are still on the way. Hopefully they don't find the AGM closed, because we started on time and we want to end on time because we have ongoing activities. Dear members, I would like to encourage you to take the mantle as somebody in football. The Engineer Moses regime is going to require each of us to have a qualification. Take on the mantle to take capacity building programs. Those that are under FUFA and those that are under UYFA. If we organize the pharmaco courses, if we organize courses, members come up and take up a mantle and get a qualification. Today you are an executive member, tomorrow you don't. The other day you delegate, the other day you don't. Are you going to stand the game recognized as somebody that is going to be consulted? And the best way you can do and achieve that is through the courses that we are all going to take. I would like to congratulate the two executive members that attended the CAF match coordination course that was in Nigeria. Mr. Otid and Mr. Kat, thank you for being members that represented UYFA, even when it was by your own funds. We congratulate you and thank you for taking that mantle. And for some of us that still need, I would like to see that expertise in the ongoing UYFA activities. I haven't seen you putting that expertise. Please guide and put it on ground and train some members that need to as well study and become at least members of this professionalism. For the first time I've seen Madam Rose Masika. Congratulations for attending our your first UYFA General Assembly. Sorry. Last year we were babysitting because you were your mother. But we congratulate you today that you're here. And we also acknowledge other observers that are here. Coach Jesse, I've seen you from Nakawa. I think amongst all the coordinators, you're the one that decided to come and at least observe. We might not give you the opportunity to speak, but you're here on behalf of the coordinators. Take the message back that things are moving in a straight manner. I thank you so much. I would like to take this opportunity to thank you all and call you to the next agenda, which is going to be approval of the minutes of the preceding General Assembly after my address. But you will allow me, it is not in order and in principle, like we are guided by statutes under Article 29 and under Article 30 that identifies this assembly. 27 talks about elections. 29 and 30 talks about this assembly. So it will be under this mandate that, you know, by the time these people get here, we need to give them an opportunity. That is not statutory because they are supposed to speak now. So as we continue, would allow me to juggle a little bit and give them an opportunity on arrival because they are our bosses. So whenever they arrive, we give them the opportunity. Dear Chief, I call upon you to proceed with the next agenda number in this meeting. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Chairman. Dear members, as guided by the Chairman, item 7 is approval of the minutes of the preceding General Assembly. Chairman, delegates, members present, allow me invite Mr. Sentongo Abe Donaka from Northeast to give a reporting of the antecedent meeting. Thank you so much.
Our chief guest in absentia, members of Uganda Youth Football Association, the president, our honorary president, the executive members, delegates, allow me to let you know that the minutes that were taken in the last AGM, we went through them, and these are the true minutes of the annual general meeting that sat in 2001. Thank you so very much. As per the statutes, I approve these minutes. Thank you.
Virtual online AGM with members that were present and others were online. If we can satisfactorily agree with this Mr. Sentongo that he received a true copy of the minutes. Thank you so, Mr. Sentongo. Can we have some members to move a motion? Yes, Mr. Morris. Somebody needs to move a microphone.
Thank you so much, Chair.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Chair. Since these members who looked through the minutes were trusted people of integrity, and they thoroughly took time to come up with a report of their previous AGM, and the executive also gave comments on areas that needed to be improved on. And at this juncture, I take this opportunity to propose the minutes to be approved.
Thank you so much. Let me for proposing. Can we have 2 seconds? Oh, it's anonymous. We all accept that. Okay, anonymously approved and accepted by this AGM. Thank you very much. Let's go to agenda item number 8.
Thank you, Chairman. Agenda item number 8 is suspension or expulsion of members.
Thank you so much, Chief. I would like to take it back to the Secretariat. Do we have any members or any individual that we are supposed to dismiss today or withdraw from having UYFA membership? Do you have anyone that was reported not to have fulfilled the obligations as members of this association? Do we have any executive, any delegate that we have to suspend today? Do you have any proposals that we are sent?
Thank you, Chairman. Dear delegates, I would like to report to you that there are no cases for dismissal of any person or body reported to the Executive Committee. Thank you.
Yeah. This was not applicable. This is not applicable. Dear members, we are going to agenda item number 9, which is the chairman's activity report. Sergio Baby's home and near Edgar's Soccer Academy, right in Mengo. So we have shifted our location, and possibly the location will be sent for some of you that have not visited our associates that were actually around for that AGM. Many of us were online and others were physically present. So I would like to take this opportunity to report to you that we have had successful activities. And the first activities is that we carried out our first annual general assembly under my chairmanship. I'd like to report that that was very successful, and we all enjoyed the first virtual AGM. Can you show us pictures of that on the kick note swipe? And in that same AGM we had handover, and the UYFA emblem was handed over to the current sitting chairman. We thank Mr. Masiko for that and for being the first person to hand over officially. And we have our ambo. That was successfully done under our UYFA and our UYFA chairmanship. After those activities, we all realized that during that pandemic, there were so many activities that we are carried on. We got our coordinator capacity building programs that we are made. We got the UYFA executive members went through the capacity building programs. You seem to be, those are our coordinators. Beginners coaches program that was carried out last year, so I go on having this in order, or as I talk about it. But that is a coaching capacity building program that was carried out, that happened at Mengo Primary School, and the executive members that were there, Mr. Sentongo was around, we had myself, we had Mr. Chibongo Shafik, and Mr. Robert under the secretariat. So that course was successfully done, and then we went to another activity still through the same year. So I continue to go. We had an Entebbe CAF D coaches course that happened at Savio at St. Padre Pio. Be very quickly. And that was the owner of the school that came up to commission our activities. We had the Eastern tour. Delegates and UYFA visit. We have had several visits, and one of them was Eastern Uganda, where we had to give out balls. Okay, what I'm going to do is, my technical person seems to be confused. But possibly you see pictures. That was in Eastern Uganda, where we did a visit to meet our members and do sensitization program. And in that program, we sensitized about academic registration with the members that were there. Mr. Chibongo was part of that, the vice chairperson, Mr. Kabugo, that was Liganga, done. So we did that, and then we gave out balls to the Eastern people. Another activity that we did as UYFA is we continued to have Futuso partnership. We wanted to partner with our Futuso members as a member association to make sure we unite and have our activities work together. You know, Futuso is a good development area for children. So wanted to have the Futuso Association. We partnered with them, and then we officiated the final for the league, for the Futuso League that was last year. So we thank members that were there. I represented UYFA. Mr. Kabugo was around. We had Mr. Nicholas Kiza, the Deputy CEO in charge of football development. Our next activity that we had at that time is we had a partnership deal. We wanted to have our partnership with Sanyuka TV. That is Mr. George Gozi, the Sanyuka and MBS Next Media person. He also has an academy, that is JKA Academy. So wanted to partner and make sure our UYFA activities are published and are viewed by the people that watch Next Media TVs. And today, currently, and with the last launch, we all agree in the principle that all our activities are being reported on by Next Media. So that partnership was successfully, and would like to thank you. On still going forward in my activity, Swipe, go ahead. That went under marketing. We had the Airtel Awards. It's not the chairman that picked the award, but we agree that in the chairman activity we are able to get the Member Association 2021 award by Airtel, FUFA award. So I congratulate you, Mr. Kaplan, Mr. Chigongo, picked that award. I don't know why Minister Swipe did not organize those pictures to see the members that received the award from the former Speaker of Parliament, Mr. Jacopo. Mr. Jacopo. That was the Executive Assembly that we carried out recently, but also that was September. We had to attend the FUFA retreat where we shared UYFA, where we shared the UYFA ideas, and in those we had to meet the coach, the national coach team, to share ideas. How can we develop youth football? How can we have opportunity for youth to venture at every level? These guys are switching off most of the things. Possibly they will be penalized for that. Can you take up action for that? Because they are interfering with my presentation. Including the camera might also have switched off. It's okay. And that is not put on record. So we had that, and then we presented UYFA. That was at Garuga in the Youth Proper Retreat. We presented your ideas, and those were organized. We had the UYFA organized beginners courses, and below, these are some of them that we did. We did Famako, one in December, 9 to 11, 2021. We had 40 participants that came for that activity. We had the coaching courses that was in Mengo from 8th to 13th of November, 40 participants. And then in Mbale, we had the from 22nd to 26th, where we had 15 participants. This one was not highly attended, so I request members that are going to continue to ask for courses, mobilize as many people as possible, so that UYFA does not go into costs of facilitating those courses that are supposed to be done. We had the executive meeting that was at Canadian Hotel. So I give us those pictures. Chiptai Moses. Get us those pictures of the last executive that was in January at Canadian, where we had our executive members come and attend and make sure the views of UYFA were discussed. Dear members, UYFA chairman was named on the FUFA Development Committee Those were some of the pictures that was taken from the last executive meeting. So did you take tea? If you're not confusing my AGM, then you're confusing yourself. So as we continue, we had our members, 2 of our members were named on the FOFA Development Committee, and that was me and Mr. Chikongo Faluk, the Vice Chairperson. And then we had to visit with Mr. Fajil Mali. Clap for them. Under that, we are given an assignment as the Development Committee to approve the FOFA Technical Center to be named. We had to take through so many topics and ideas and sharing to make sure we acknowledge that the FOFA Technical Center can be named as the football institute that is going to professionalize football and teach football people. So we have 2 members from UYFA on that committee, and want to see that the FOFA is named a college that is going to teach football in this country. We had the first inaugural UYFA Kids Festival that was in Kabaragara, and it was hosted by the FOFA, was hosted by Henry's Soccer Academy, where we had Henry's as the first inaugural champions for the Under-10 Football Festival. That was in Kabaragara. That was the first of the kind. We hope this time around we get so many other academies. And in attendance, that was a one-day invitational challenge where we had so many academies, and amongst them, I would like to mention a few of them that were there. We had the Twin Brook Soccer Academy, we had Prosper, we had Edgar's. This time they came to attend. Members see the pictures on the screen. We had Edgar's Soccer Academy, we had Teletubbies Soccer Academy, we had Emily's Academy, we had I-10, and we had Soccer Stars. According to the chairman, our intention was we wanted more kids to play football, and more special this time was to have fun. And we had so many children give interviews. This went viral, and I guess so many of you that were in attendance, and for some of you that were not attendance, you saw most of those activities on our social media platforms. And last but not least is the ongoing national championship that started from the qualifier levels to the national levels. That started from the national level to the regional levels. And here we are. If we can supported that program, more especially the national championship, and we are handed over with 60 balls that will give 25 balls for the first group on arrival, and we still have some balls that we are going to give to girls, and then others will be given to the finalists, and other ones as will come. So that is another activity. Dear members, I would like to report to you that under governance, corporate governance and professionalization of UYFA is a legal entity. Now, it was able to be registered by URSB, and we are legally, we can be sued and we can sue. So clap yourselves under that. But don't take it for granted, because that means a lot. We got our market codes under MTN, and our members are able to pay anywhere you are. You don't need to move the bank. As long as you can put money on your mobile line, you are able to pay your subscription, you're able to register an academy, you're able to fulfill your obligation as UYFA members. So we congratulate the Secretariat upon achieving this, Mr. Ken and Mr. Chigongo. We have had our digital media systems improve, and I think you have all seen, right? Our branding has changed. That is during the FUFA AGM. Me and Mr. Kabugo were able to attend the FUFA AGM and represented UYFA and your ideas. And this time around is going to be in Kulu, on 3rd October, where we have met several stakeholders, including Mr. The FIFA President, the National Council of Sports Secretary, Mr. Well, that's Mr. Kabugani, Mr. Well, and we shared ideas on how we can have how can we have UYFA go to the next level. You can see the General Secretary for the National Council of Sports. We had a picture moment with him to show that he is actually in presence. We have improved our branding. Many of you have seen. Look at how beautiful this AGM looks like. So thank you so much, our General Secretary, with Mr. Kenneth and the person for events and the media team for making our association have an identity. And I think now we are the most branding association. We are the best, and we need to be the best always. We had a very successful launch for our tournament, and presidential was the representative for the president, who was Mr. Rogers Biamukama, who handed over the tournament trophies to the tournament organizing tournament organizing chairperson, Mr. Chigongo and Madam Sarah, for them to take the mantle for us to have a very successful tournament this year. We have improved our digital platforms, we all agree, and last night while we were meeting the coordinators and the general members, we requested them that they like, share, and make sure we have our association go viral. And lastly, but not least, we have finalized our academic database. It's ready. We are supposed to use it this time. Only that the members that we are supposed to submit their documents, some of them submitted to the CEO late, so we are not able to bring the ladies that came here to register your children, because we needed to have certain things to agree on. So that was our last item, and I would like to thank you and report to you that those activities were done and they are all over our social media platform. Also, I would like to call members seated here, the delegates seated here, to move a motion to accept the chairman's activity report. That's the next item on the agenda. You could define that most of those things never happened, but for me, according to me, I agree in principle with the executive and with my fellow youth delegates who work together that all these activities have been done. They have been done and they are visible and they are making UYFA become #1. And on the same note, I would like to congratulate Mr. Swipe for being a little bit more organized while sending these pictures to the members. But also request you that you send the chairman's activity report to the CEO, that you share to all the delegates here. We're going to have those activity pictures that have taken place. Some of them you have participated actively, others have not participated actively. So I would like to submit and call upon members to move a motion to accept my activity report or to refuse it. The matter is under you. Yes, Mr. Chigongo or somebody. Move a motion.
Thank you very much, Chairman. Before I move a motion, I want to send a vote of thanks to our Chairman for the well-displayed activity report. Thank you very much, Chairman. Secondly, Chairman, again, before I move a motion, allow me to bring a proposal that next time we get the report in a hard copy, so that we can be able to give it to other members who have not attended such an assembly. It will work better and display whatever UYFA is doing. Members, I hereby propose that we adopt the report by the chairperson. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chigongo. He doesn't have any questions about it, and he proves and moves the motion that you guys accept my report. Anybody to second? 2 members.
I second that the report is genuine.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, accountability has been given. Another seconder?
Before I second, I also take the gratitude to thank the chairman for the very good and first of its kind, a very good accountable activity report. And we have trust. Like the elders said, I do second and approve more and more and more to keep doing this.
Thank you so much. Another big hand of applause, Bernard. Okay, thank you so much. We are going to, I would like to thank you for accepting the activity report. These are visible and activities that we have done, but we also pledge and promise that we are going to do more for this year. And we are coming, we are going to put UYFA to the next level. Let's go to agenda number item
2023. Before I present the budget, we had a proposal as the finance committee to change our financial year, and I think I'll not read the budget until the members agree. The reason why we proposed it, our financial year from the previous year started from August to July, and we're always missing out a lot. And we also noted that our AGMs are always in the month of August, where we miss out a lot of financials. So we thought if we propose it to be starting in September, we shall always have enough time to get all whatever we are planning, especially for the income and expenditures. And we put it all in the budget, and it relates with the income and expenditure statement. Thank you.
Thank you so much for those proposals. I guess the budget of this budget and call upon the members to move a motion that is achievable. They need to hear from us. How are we? Where did the chairman get the money to do all those activities, including giving the balls? Where does the secretariat get the money to do its activities? Are we still, do we have dates? Don't we have dates? And stuff like that. Give them a brief financial report such that it's accepted in this meeting to proceed with the next budget approval.
Thank you very much, Chairperson. It ended in the month of June this year, and we started in July on the 1st. From our incomes, we had a balance brought forward from the previous year of 868,558, as we see. And then those are the actuals that we received. From the registration, we got 4.5. Subscription, we received 5 million. Database contribution and internal borrowings, we didn't have money for the database, as you heard from the chairperson. It is ready, but this money we have to borrow it from somewhere. 6,200,000. Under 13 qualifiers contribution.
People that are working at the office that are high level of integrity, very open, trusted minds. So it's easier for us to trust them with our resources, and they have done a good job where we are or where we are not. So, any member move a motion for us to accept the financial report.
Thank you, Chair. With the authorities entrusted in the Finance Committee and the Head of Finance, Mr. Batu Segadi, as per the UYFA statutes, that we appointed and elected him to be part of this, and the whole team on that department. We trust them, and I propose that we take the financial year report of last year to be particular and we take how it is. Thank you.
Thank you so, Mr. Alonso, our delegate from Western Uganda, for moving a motion for us to accept the financial report. Any two members to second? Mr. Ngore Muhammad second and Mr. Mohindo Morris. Thank you so much. The members are on and off, but we are moving at speed because I think some of you are worried about your academies being knocked out at the round of 16. But we are going to be as quick as possible for you to save your academies and be available. But we believe in structure. Teach your coaches to be trusted on to executing your duties in your absence. Thank you so much. Let's go to the budget, because we need to receive the budget and accept the budget for the next financial year. This time around we have got a smaller budget than the first one that we had in 2021. I think we had more energies to think that we can get a lot of money. But this time around the budget is smaller. The finance committee has changed it. Can we see the budget as presented to us by the chairman, finance committee? That is the budget, members, and it was sent online. Can we have a member to move a motion for us to accept the budget and adopt it as for financial year 2022-2023? It can't. Chairman, do you want to present it again? Okay, go ahead and present it again.
Thank you very much. The budget, we didn't send it online for them because what I said earlier about the financial year, because I wanted us to first agree on that one before, but I know after that they can receive it.
The chairman brings it to us. We wanted to change the financial year from January to December, but our AGMs happen in August, meaning our financial years can start from September to August, where we have AGM. Dear members, can we propose that we leave a budget? Our financial year to run from August to September, August to September. Can we have this assembly approve that as our financial year for Uganda Youth Football Association?
As I said, it was running from it was August to July, and we noticed that we always leave out many. For instance, the FUFA in the income and expenditure we read, it wasn't there, and we thought it is always good for the FUFA money to appear. And then there was other incomes that came in the month of July. For instance, the championship we are having currently, all the money that was given in has not appeared. It will be good for all that money to always appear in our financial years. And also reading a budget for August, if we are saying that it is starting from August to July, for instance, right now we are sitting in August and it is 18th, and it will read 1st of August to end of July. That was the finance committee view, that it is good we read it like in August when it is starting in September. So that's why we say it would be good when we start from September to August.
Thank you so much. Can we accept that? The finance committee proposes we run it that way, and I think it's fair.
Thank you so much, members. I take this great opportunity to thank God for thinking wisely towards making that possible, because all the incomings are supposed to be captured. In most cases, we shouldn't be leaving anything outside, and that's why thinking to me, I support the financial year to be from September to August.
Thank you. Any other seconder? Let's put it at minutes that was captured. The second is Mr. Alonso.
I second.
Thank you. Thank you. I've heard the chairman propose and then 2 seconds. Can we have the budget presented?
Thank you very much, members. So it means this budget estimates from September to August. Last year we had a very big budget, around 210 million, which we didn't realize. Though we realized 40 million, as we saw in the income and expenditure. And the reasons we gave, we did capture some money for these courses, and we believe, we trust in God, next season, with the many activities, we've had only under 13 this time, we shall have more next year. So we increased it to that figure, 177,150,000. That is the figure we thought of. And in this one, the income estimates, we have FUFA-FAP, that is 10 million. 5.64% our income that we are expecting. We have UYFA courses. We estimated it at 25 million, amounting to 14.11%. Donations, 15 million, representing 8.47%. Sale of merchandise, 10 million, 5.64%. Registration and membership subscriptions was estimated at 22 million, representing 12.42%. Sponsorship, 75 million, representing 42.34%. Competitions contributions was estimated at 20 million, representing 11.29%. Bank interest, with all this money, we expect at least something around 150,000. We are not seeing the budget. I think they will come. And the total income estimate is 177,150,000. Then when it comes to the expenditure, our expenditure was broken down into one, administration. And administration, we have general office expenses, 5 million. IT and communication, 700,000. Human resource, 5 million. Transport and travel, 2,500,000. Stationery and printing, 2 million. Utilities, 1 million. Repairs and maintenance, 2,600,000. Bank charges, 400,000. Statutory costs, 3,200,000. Finance, 1 million. And administration alone stands for 13.89%. Another line under the expenditure is governance, and I will expect to spend some money under governance. In this one, we have the General Assembly, Executive Committee meetings, was estimated at 6 million. Other staff and delegates costs, 3 million. Regional sensitization meetings, 16 million. It stands for 14.84%. Football development, girls football clinics, 3 million. Boys football clinics, 3 million. Beach soccer and futsal, 3 million. Capacity building was estimated at 25 million. So football development has 34 million, representing 20.18%. We have, the next one is competitions. Under competitions, we have organization of regional tournaments, estimated at 15 million. National Championship, 45 million. Beach soccer, 2 million. Futsal, 3 million. And amounts to a total of 65 million competition, representing 38.58%. Commerce and marketing, we have event management, 1 million. Planning and branding, 1,500,000. Networking and website, 1,200,000. Newspapers and periodicals, 500,000. Television and radios, 1,500,000. Merchandise, 3,500,000. Amounts to 9,200,000, standing for 5.46%. Security, 600,000, representing 0.36%. Membership, we expect to spend on UFA membership, 1 million, which is the standard figure. SIB's UYFA annual contribution maintenance, 800,000. Membership represents 1.07%, that's 1.8. Office of the chairman was estimated at 2,500,000. Assets, we expect to acquire computers and printers worth 4,500,000, representing 2.67. And the last one is miscellaneous, that is 10. 2,500,000, representing 1.48%. In summary, we expect to receive total income of 177,150,000, and we expect to spend 168,500,000. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So dear members, I would like to call members and thank the chairman and the committee for preparing that budget and thinking wise into coming down to where we be. God might bless us and we get more. But budgetary purposes, that's what we have and that's what we anticipate. I would like to call members of this assembly to take the honor to move a motion for you to accept the budget, or to discuss it, or to put amendments, or something somewhere. So dear members, I call upon you, delegates, to move a motion onto the presented budget. Where I see that we have under budgeted and maybe you have somebody there that can give 500 million, maybe you can really just the budget, 1 billion. Maybe your academy can extensively finance the entire budget, and then we call it done. Can we be active and finalize this in time, such that we don't have activities? It's the first time that we are having the AGM and we have other activities going on. So we are in rush, and some members are technical people with their machines. Can we have the executive members? Delegates. Can we have somebody move a motion? Because the budget is small,
Is it big? Is it huge? Because those are two different words. Small, big, huge. Manageable, unmanageable, unacceptable. Yes. Our executive member.
Yes, Chairperson. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I would say, before I move the motion to accept the budget, I would think I want to appreciate your presentation when you say you are still a growing organization and institution. And since we are still a growing institution, we can honestly go by what is happening here. But the honest truth is this budget is too small for Uganda Youth Football Association, which runs activities for programs for all countries. It's not an academy, because I believe there are some academies who can run in that budget just an academy. How about now? I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. I think we have to go back deep and think big. Because when we have this kind of a budget for an institution, an association, and it's as small as 100 and something billion in a year, and we even don't know what we project what will happen next with this hard economy, I would think we will need to adjust that budget to make it a little bit bigger. By faith, maybe we might get some money. Because we need to work hard as an organization, as an institution, to look for that money. Because the way we're budgeting as if that's what we have, and yet we don't have. So why don't we think big and think out of the box and make it a little bit much bigger?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I think that's a point of discussion. Which areas can we adjust? Because we need to adjust those areas and make sure the budget is passed. Because it's going to go on record and it's actually going to be passed in the news. Those media people are going to take it viral. So if we think small, then we remain small. Thank you so much, Mr. Rebel. Yes. Which areas? I want you to propose areas that need amendments.
Thank you so much, Chairman. In addition of what our delegates committed, I'm looking at 2 areas that I wanted to clarify on. Number 3, donations, and number 6, sponsorship. As UYFA, we can be able, with given tasks and responsibilities as per our responsibilities, to look for more donations than 15 million, yes. We can increase it to 30 million, and as UYFA, look for the people and some of the executive or personnel to tax, depending on that field, and also on sponsorships. 1 year is a long time. It depends on the strategy and what we can do something now, such that we can increase this sponsorship to 100 million. So I would propose that we increase donations to 30 million and we increase
Sponsorships to 100 million. Then I think others can remain like that, to my own understanding. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Alonso. Thank you so much, Mr. Alonso. I think members need to agree in principle at the moment we increase on sponsorship and donations. It's going to be the mandate of all of us to go out there, make proposals, and look for sponsors. And I think even 100,000 project 100 million protection would look small. Because what I was discussing with Mr. Sentongo, the advice that we can invade Coca-Cola, we can invade Pepsi, we can invade all those companies. So if we are going to invade the companies that are going to see that our budget is 177 million, that is a cheap thing to deal with. We need to get enough to have our activities nationwide and extend them to regional levels. Even when we are not able to realize that 202 million in last season, COVID affected. Possibly it would be an amount that we know we had access to almost reviewable budget. Can we improve?
can improve. Yes, Mr. Chibongo.
Thank you, Chairman.
Having seen the budget of 177 million plus, comparing to what we had, the 202 in the previous financial year, people not with us, we realize that there is something wrong with the UYFA. And I'm also coming back to support my brother who was been on the floor, that let us go back to the amounts or even bigger than this, and it becomes a task of we members who are here to look for sponsorship, to look for donation, and we can also increase in the sale of merchandise. We need to get more logistics that UYFA can sell to people. When we make outreaches, what can we sell to people? Do we have t-shirts? Do we have key orders? Do we have jackets? What do we have? Do we have mugs? Do we have pens that we can sell outside when we go to this Eastern region, Northeast, Western region, West Nile, something of that kind. So I also propose that before we pass this budget, we can pass it with amendments. Let us go back to even a bigger figure, more than 202 million shillings, to run the association in the next financial year. Thank you very much, Chairman.
We add just how much?
We are just to 205 million shillings.
205 million shillings. If we go to 205 million shillings, you still have a deficit of around 23 million to be added. Actually 28 million to be added. Meaning we are looking at area of sponsorship. Can we increase sponsorship projection? And the sale of merchandise, those 3 items. Mr. God, where can we adjust them? Are we adjusting them to 100 million? Okay, sponsorship 100 million. Somebody on a computer, try to go down actually on a projector and adjust that area. Sponsorship, that is item number 6. We are at 75 million. That is donation. We might not get a donation of 100 million. Maybe that seems to be bigger, but sponsorship made it easier. Sponsorship is 105. That's what members are proposing. Okay, members, let's go to finalize this item. We all agree that the budget has been amended, and Mr. Mike moved a motion that we accept the budget. It's amendments, which amendments that have been done and the proposals have taken place. Members have not disqualified the budget, but have accepted. We agree that Mr. Chikonga and Mr. Alonso have supported the motion, right? Okay. Anonymously, the budget has been accepted by this 15% rule. Can we go to agenda item number, can we go to, members, let's proceed and move to agenda item number. Thank you for approving us.
Representing Eastern Region. I'm humbled to be here for this wonderful occasion. I don't know how I can call it, but it's wonderful for one or two reasons. Under the members of FUFA, the UYFA, which has started organizing the AGM. Dear distinguished guests, the FUFA delegates to the National Assembly, the delegates to the Assembly of UYFA, and members of the association who are here, and the forces that is the media who are covering this event. Ladies and gentlemen, I extend greetings from the FUFA President, Honorable Engineer Moses Magogo, the Secretariat, the Executive, who have sent me here, come and represent Engineer Moses Magogo on this occasion. We would wish to be here with you on this day, but due to other engagement of football matters, we can't able to be here, and they requested me to come and be here and be part of this occasion where UYFA takes place in Mbale. At this time, I want to thank the chairman and the organizers of this event for having brought this event to Mbale, Eastern region, my region. It is a sign that there is football development in this region. I don't think it was not there. We will come to Mbale. I want to thank all the stakeholders who have made sure that this AGM takes place. We have member associations who have not even shown us the date and the great members when they have their annual general assembly, and we need to have reports from this annual general assembly to the FUFA general assembly, which will be reviewed very soon. And we also want to have reports from this annual general assembly to the executive. We are soon having our last executive meeting before we go to the assembly. So, Mr. Chairman and the members, this is one of our missions in FUFA and our vision to be the number one nation off and on of the field, and then the vision to provide representing Eastern region. I'm humbled to be here for this wonderful occasion. I don't know how I can call it, but it's wonderful for one or two reasons. Under the members of FUFA, it's UYFA, which has started organizing the AGM. Dear distinguished guests, the FUFA delegates to the National Assembly, the delegates to the Assembly of UYFA, and members of the association who are here, and the forces that is the media who are covering this event. Ladies and gentlemen, I extend greetings from the FUFA President, Honorable Engineer Moses Magogo, the Secretariat, the Executive, who have sent me here, come and represent Engineer Moses Magogo on this occasion. We would wish to be here with you on this day, but due to other engagement of football matters, we can't able to be here, and they requested me to come and be here and be part of this occasion where AGM takes place in Mbale. At this time, I want to thank the chairman and the organizers of this event for having brought this event to Mbale, Eastern region, my region. It is a sign that there is football development in this region. I don't think it was not there. We will come to Mbale. I want to thank all the stakeholders who have made sure that this AGM takes place. We have member associations who have not even shown us the date and the great members when they have their annual general assembly, and we need to have reports from this annual general assembly to the FUFA general assembly, which will be reviewed very soon. And we also want to have reports from this annual general assembly to the executive. We are soon having our last executive meeting before we go to the assembly. So, Mr. Chairman and the members, this is one of our missions in UYFA and our vision to be the number one mission off and on of the field, and then the vision to
whatever we have discussed here, should be put into practice and should be really the session. Strengthen all the governors, all the stakeholders to have visions, objectives to the collective good of the country. Father, I want to bless you because you've been so good to us. As we discuss to our respective places, give us the journey masses to our respective homes. Father, continue to protect everybody, executive, and our members. Father, we pray that everybody will be given to you and pray all this in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Thank you, dear members. We'd like to call the meeting closed and wish you success for those of you that are going for qualifiers. We are going to have photo session with our chief guest, and then as will be guided by the media team.